Are you ready to dive into the corridors of the human mind? Hi, my name is Matthews, and I'm the latest addition to the Creepy Diaries channel. Today, I'm going to spin you a tale about the darkest secrets of a mind that blurs the lines between reality and psychosis. I hope you enjoy it. The story is about a young teacher, Henry, who seeks peace in a mountainous town, but instead stumbles upon a nightmare of twisted realities and shadowy secrets. Bear witness to his fight against paranoia and psychosis as he unravels the enigmatic Project Spectrum. Is the town a maze of illusions, or the key to his own fragmented psyche? Dive into this disturbing journey where each revelation leads to more questions. Watch and ponder. What is the true reality of Henry? The one-way road of psychosis. Henry, a young teacher, arrived in the small town nestled among majestic mountains in search of tranquility. He yearned to escape the hardships of the big city and find a refuge where he could lose himself in serene silence and tranquil landscapes. However, what he didn't know was that this town, despite its peaceful appearance, hid secrets that would disturb the very essence of his existence. As he explored the town, Henry began to notice strange subtleties in his daily routine. His students, with fixed smiles and vacant eyes, seemed to repeat words and gestures as if trapped in a temporal loop. The familiar streets became increasingly alien, and time seemed to slip through his fingers like quicksand. A disconcerting shadow began to loom over his seemingly simple life, transforming the town into a labyrinth of mystery and confusion. Gradually, what seemed like a desire for tranquility turned into a frantic quest for answers. Henry, now enveloped in a fog of paranoia, questioned his own sanity. He felt that something was wrong, something beyond human comprehension. Thus, his journey through the town, which began as an escape from agitation, became a desperate exploration for truth, even if that truth could trigger the collapse of his own mind. Henry plunges deeper into his own anguish. His days turn into a delicate balance between the search for normality and the suffocating sensation of being trapped in a distorted nightmare. The students, in their organized desks, seem to echo the same questions, as if caught in a rehearsed dialogue. Their faces express smiles that seem frozen in time, while their words echo repetitively, like an insistent echo. Time itself becomes a strange variable. Hours stretch into days, and minutes slip away quickly, as if the clock had a will of its own. Henry feels as if he's trapped in a film that repeats endlessly, yet no one else seems to notice. The once welcoming streets become unknown mazes, each corner hiding an indecipherable secret. Shadows dance in the moonlight, and the wind seems to whisper unknown secrets. The young teacher is tormented by a persistent feeling that something beyond his understanding is unfolding, something so deep and complex that reality itself seems to be manipulated. Henry begins to meticulously record his observations, trying to understand the unsettling patterns that permeate his life. He feels like an investigator in an unsolvable case, desperate for clues that can make sense of this disturbing puzzle. However, the more he searches, the more the sense of disorientation and despair grows, plunging him deeper into a troubled psyche. Henry becomes obsessed with uncovering the truth behind the strange reality that surrounds him. In the depths of the local library, he delves into old archives, seeking clues about any unusual event that could explain what is happening. Among yellowed pages and dusty records, he discovers accounts of a psychological experiment conducted years ago in the town. The experiment, known as the Spectrum Project, was an unsuccessful attempt to manipulate the perception and minds of the town's inhabitants. Evidence points to an attempt at mind control, memory manipulation, and inducing a collective state of illusion. However, details are obscure, shrouded in secrecy and mystery. Determined to unravel the truth behind the Spectrum Project, Henry comes across vague information and confusing testimonies. He becomes increasingly paranoid, distrusting everyone around him. Every gesture, every word seems to carry a hidden meaning, and the feeling of being watched intensifies with each moment. Are you enjoying the story? If so, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. Your feedback matters, and depending on your responses, I might just bring more stories like this one to the channel. So, don't be shy. Your interaction helps shape our content. Ready to dive back in? Let's continue with our tale and see what twists and turns await us in the next chapter of this intriguing narrative. Stay tuned, because the journey is just getting started. As he delves deeper into the investigation, his own sanity begins to unravel. The line between what is real and what is fabricated by the mind becomes increasingly blurred. Frequent nightmares invade his nights, blending with his waking hours, as he wonders if his own perceptions are being manipulated as part of this macabre experiment. Henry isolates himself from the outside world, unable to trust anyone, sinking into an abyss of distrust and fear. He becomes a solitary detective in a puzzle where all the pieces seem to fit in a distorted way, and the truth seems to be an elusive shadow hiding in the darkest corners of his tormented mind. Amidst the spiral of paranoia and despair, Henry faces an existential dilemma. He decides to confront local authorities, demanding answers about the Spectrum Project and the strange anomalies infesting his reality. However, what he discovers is more disturbing than he could imagine. Authorities vehemently deny the existence of any experiment, claiming the story to be a mere urban legend. The cold gaze and evasive responses of government officials feed Henry's suspicion, pushing him further into the abyss of confusion. In a moment of despair, Henry finds himself confronting a disturbing truth. Everyone around him is mere projections of his fragmented mind. He is the only real inhabitant of the town, trapped in a labyrinth illusion created by his own tormented psyche. Every face, every repeated conversation, every strange event are manifestations of his own psychosis. Waves of disbelief and shock wash over him as he struggles to accept the terrible revelation that his reality is a mere distorted reflection of his own fragmented mind. In a frenzy of mental agony, Henry is consumed by the darkness of his own psychosis. He grapples between accepting the illusion as the only possible reality or fighting against it, hoping to regain his lost sanity. The chasm between lucidity and madness widens before him as he struggles to find a way out of this labyrinth of psychological torment. At the crossroads between lucidity and madness, Henry faces a choice that echoes at the core of his tormented soul. Desperate to find an exit from this maze of illusions, he engages in a final confrontation with himself. In a fleeting moment of clarity, Henry confronts his own doubts and fears. He refuses to accept the illusion as the sole truth. With tremendous effort, he forces himself to challenge the distorted reality that holds him captive. With a cry of determination, Henry breaks the shackles of his fragmented mind. The illusion begins to crumble around him, shattering like a broken mirror. The town, the inhabitants, the voices in his mind, everything dissipates into an ethereal mist. He awakens in a hospital room, gasping and confused. Reality seems bright and vivid, contrasting with the nightmare he just faced. Doctors and nurses surround him, their faces adorned with worried expressions. It is then he realizes the truth has freed him, but the price was high. While trying to assimilate what he has just experienced, Henry questions the validity of what he now believes to be reality. The lines between what is true and what is a construct of his own mind have become blurred and uncertain. And so, Henry is left with eternal uncertainty. He knows he escaped a mental prison, but now carries the persistent doubt about the nature of his own existence. He wonders if the fragile line between sanity and madness is as malleable as he discovered on his journey, leaving him in a perpetual state of questioning and deep reflection on the reality that surrounds him. And there you have it. Did you enjoy the story? If you're into tales like this, be sure to drop a comment below. Now, if you're a fan of serial killer stories, we've got 2 must-watch videos for you. First up, Ted Bundy, Untold Story of a Serial Killer, a deep dive into the chilling world of this infamous criminal. And for those who crave more, check out our video, 3 True Scary Serial Killer Stories. It's sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. Just click and enjoy. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Creepy Diaries for more spine-tingling content. And until next time, stay creepy.